The departments that have no sign language experts but are frequented by members of the public include courts of law, parliament, police, hospitals, among others. This implies that people with hearing impairment hardly get the necessary services from these public entities. Butembe County MP David Livingstone Zijan says the problem should be addressed because people with hearing impairment have to be served. According to Zijani, it's worse in courts of law where people with hearing impairments find it hard to get justice because they cannot easily communicate with judicial officers.
Right Honorable Speaker, all over the country, in our criminal justice system, there are no sign language interpreters. That when an accused person is brought before court who has a hearing impairment, they are not able to understand the charges or the indictments against them, and therefore they cannot plead. Courts cannot enter a plea. And if a plea has not been entered, the judicial officer cannot admit the accused person to bail.
Zijani says when he sought clarity on the matter with some of the magistrates, he was told that the judiciary is in process of training sign language interpreters. He says Parliament should order the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, to appear before Parliament to explain why people with hearing disabilities.
I have made calls to different registries around the country, and they say that they will train some people, but they don't explain how long this training will take, implying that those who are victims of this human rights violation, Right Honorable Speaker, will continue to suffer until people are being trained, as if there is no unemployed sign language interpreter in this country. Prayers, Right Honorable Speaker, is that this House summons the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, specifically Honorable Norbert Mao, to explain this indefensible violation of the law.
Speaker of Parliament Anita Mong says there is a need for appropriation of funds for people with disability.
What we need to do as this House is to ensure that we enhance the budget for special needs education or for special needs people. Even this House needs a what? An interpreter. So we need to put it in our budget that this must be provided for so that we have in every institution.
Kasule Lumumba, the Minister for General Duties in the Office of Prime Minister, says Cabinet had developed a policy on the matter and it will be laid on the floor of Parliament soon.
Minister in charge of Gender, Labour and Social Development will be coming to lay it on table in Parliament, but also proceed to write to all of the ministries and also guide the private sector at the time which is ripe now that we are in the budget cycle. This should be part of what will be included in the budget, like you have just said it, Right Honorable Speaker, for all government institutions, but also guidance to the private sector.
MPs had varying opinions on the matter.
The judge or the magistrate must find somebody through the court clerk, because every court has a court clerk, through the court clerk, to ensure that this person who is being accused or who is being dragged before the court, he understands the court process for purposes of attaining justice.
The matter of sign language has not been streamlined quite enough, and I think there's quite a significant population that is still left behind. And I want to call upon members of Parliament representing people with disabilities to take this matter very seriously, and the agencies that are concerned with supporting people with disabilities to come through to clearly give opportunity to our people so that they cannot be excluded in courts and in matters of Parliament and everywhere matters of government.
Sarah Nakandi for CTV PM Edition.